Hello friends, welcome to Cracked CSE. So in the previous video, we have discussed the aggregate functions, and in this video we will be discussing some clauses, that is group by clause. So it is the one of the most important clause in SQL. So if you have not checked my previous videos, go to the playlist and you can check the previous videos on SQL, relational algebra and the other topics of database. So before starting this video, I would like to request you all to please subscribe to my channel and press the notification icon for more such videos. So let's start with the video. In the group by clause, so why this group by clause is used? This is used to arrange the identical data, or we can say the homogeneous data, into groups using some function. So we have to, if we have to arrange the same kind of data into groups, then we use some function or attribute to do that, which comes under the group by clause. So there are some important points that you need to understand before going with the queries using group by clause. So the first important point is that every attribute of group by clause, that means whatever the attribute you are using with group by clause, must be in a select clause. So whatever the attribute you are writing along with group by clause, that has to be in the select clause. This is one point. Next one is, it is allowed to use the aggregate function in select clause. That means in select clause we can use aggregate function like count, sum, average, right? Third one, it is not allowed to use any attribute in the select clause which does not belong to group by clause. That means we cannot use any attribute in select clause which is not written in the group by clause. Now let's try to understand these 3 points with the help of some example. So here, what is the first point? Every attribute of group by clause must be in select clause. So you can see that this A is in E. So every attribute of group by clause A is present in the select clause. So first condition is satisfied. Now second is allowed to use aggregate function in select clause. So here we are not using the aggregate function, so it is okay. So if we want to use any aggregate function, we can use, but it is not compulsory that you have to use, right? So the third one is not allowed to use any attribute in select clause which does not belong to group by clause. You can see here we are using B in the select clause which does not belong to group by clause. That means this is not allowed. So this kind of query is not allowed. So these kind of queries will give you the error. So while compiling, while running these queries, it will give you some error. It will not give you any output. Now let's check for the second one whether this is satisfying all these conditions or not. So see, every attribute of group by clause must be in select clause. So A has to be in select clause. So see, this A is not in select clause. That means it is also not allowed. So this kind of query is also not allowed. So this will also give you the error. So I hope you got what is the exact meaning of these 3 important points. Now let's try to understand this group by clause by taking some example. So I took an example of a table R where I am having these 3 attributes and the respective values. So see, what is the first one? So first query is select A from R group by A, and you know the execution, how we have to execute. Firstly, we need to check the from R. So I have this R table, so I got to know that I need to take the values from this R. Now I have to group. Now second, this one is first, this one is second. We have to group them by A. So how to group them by A? You can see this particular table, I grouped them by A attribute. See, I am having a attribute A2. I write the respective row for A2. Now I checked whether there is any other A2 available in the A. Yes, you can see that this one is available. So I am writing this A2 in the next row. So in the next row I wrote this A2, B2, 80. And is there any other A2 available apart from these two? No. So there is a group of A2 values. So A2 group, that is same kind of group, same kind of data is grouped into one specific group. Now next is A1, B570 I wrote it here. Next, is there any other A1? Yes, I wrote the respective row. Is there any other A1? Yes, I wrote the respective row. Is there any other A1? No. So we have grouped the A1 values into a group. Next, null. So similarly we have grouped the null values into a group. So grouping is done. Now we have to select this A, select the A attribute from this grouped one. So now if you want to select A from this, so we have three groups, and the three groups, what is the value of A? It will give you the output as A2, A1 and null. This will be the output of this query, because after grouping it will give you the A value of each group. So here the A value of this group is A2, here it is A1, here it is null. So this will be the output of the first query. Now let's try to understand the second query, because we have used the aggregation function here. This is like I told you here. So you can check that all these three conditions are satisfied over here. So I'm not going with this again and again. So what will be the answer here? So here also we have to group by A. It is already grouped by A. So first we check R, then we have grouped, Now we have to select A and average of C. So what will be the output? A and average of C. These will be two columns, and what will be the value? See, there is a group of A2. What is the average of C values? We have to sum these two values and divide by 2. We have to sum these two values and divide by 2. What will be the average? 90 plus 80 divided by 2. It will give you 85. Similarly for A1. Now next group is A1. And for A1, what is the average? We discard the null values in the aggregation function. I already told you in the previous video. So 70 plus 90 is 160, divided by 2 is 80. So this is the average of C for A1. Now for null. For null, what will be the average? Average will be 50. So that's how we can use the aggregation function in the group by class. So we can use the aggregation function and select and find out the respective values. Now if I talk about this particular third query, in third query you can see that instead of a single value in group by, we are having a multiple value. So if we are having the multiple value, we have to perform the same operation. There it does not need to have any change. So now let's try to understand how this particular query works. So see, we have to start from this particular place. From I have group by A and B. So we have to group now by A and B. How to group? Check A2 values. So first pair is A2 B2. Is there any other A2 B2 available? Yes, A2 B2 is available. A2 B2. So let me write the values also. So I did this. Now next is A2 B2 80. Now what is the next one? A1 B5. So I am writing A1 B5 70. Is there any other A1 B5 available? Yes, there is another A1 B5 available. So we did this. Now we are writing this one also. So A1 B5 90. These are the values of A, B, C. So now next there is null. So this one is also covered. Now we are covering null. So I am writing here is null B4 and 60. So is there any other null B4 available? Yes, there is another null B4. Null B4 40. This one is also covered. So this one is left, which is A1 B2 null. So that's how we grouped. How many group are there? One group of A2 B2, another group of A1 B5, another group of null B4, and last one group of A1 B2 with one record only. Now we have to select the AB and the count of rows in that particular group. So select A, B, and here I am having the count. So what will be the output of this query? From this particular table, you can see that I am having A2 B2 as one group, because A2 B2 as one group, and how many rows? See, 2 rows. So you can write 2 over here. What is the next is? Next is A1 B5. So next group is of A1 B5. How many rows? Again 2 rows. Now similarly with null, I am having a group of null b4 and the count is 2 records in this. Other one is of a1 b2, how many records there? 1. So this will be the output of this particular third query. So let me shift it upward so that you can clearly get. So that's how we grouped, and from this particular group, that's how we find out the respective value. A2 b2 from this group and respective number of rows, a1 b5 from this group and respective number of rows, null b4 from this group and respective number of rows, a1 b2 from this group and respective number of rows. So that's how we can use the group by clause in a SQL query. I hope you got an idea how it exactly works. So if you found this video useful, like this video, share it with your friends, comment your feedback in the comment section, and in case if you are having any query, I will give you the links of my Facebook page and Facebook group in the description. You can ask your query on the Facebook group. It will be answered over there. So thank you very much for watching. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe this channel for more such videos. Keep supporting, keep learning. Have a great day.